Nithyananda and welcome to today's Nithyananda Yoga. We begin the session by offering gratitude and invoking the presence of the Guru, Bhagwan Nithyananda Parameshwar. Let us please sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes and bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra. And start. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimanavachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Nithyanandam and welcome back. We apologize for the technical glitch. Now, we started with the Shiva Mula mantra by chanting it 11 times. Now, I'm going to create a sankalpa, a conscious resolution for the day. The conscious resolution during the Brahma Muhurta is very powerful to manifest anything you want during the day. So, let us do by chanting. Before we do the sankalpa, we do the tattva achamana, spiritualistic cleansing. You have Uddarini, the Panchapatra, with a little bit of water. Take an Uddarini of water, pour on your right hands as we chant Om Atma Tattvam Shodayami Swara. Another sip of water. Om Vidya Tattvam Shodayami Swara. Another Uddarini of water. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodayami Swara. Wash your hands. Wipe the base of your lip. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Touch your upper lip, lower lip. Wash your hands. Touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of the ring finger and thumb, touch the right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your hands. The tip of the thumb and little finger touch your navel, right shoulder, left shoulder, top of the head. Wash your hands. Let us now chant the Sankalpa mantra. Place your left hand on the thigh, covering with your right hand. As you close your eyes and create a conscious resolution, whatever you want to manifest for your day. As we chant, Om Mamo Bhata Samasta Duritakshaya Dvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartam Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartam Cha Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhatitau Puranam Arogya Yukta Dridagatra Yogika Sharira Siddhyartam Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranartam Nithyananda Yoga Vyasam Karishye Om Apaupasprisya. Take another Uddarini of water, wash your hands and place your Panchapatram away. Now, before we begin, a quick reminder. Today's yoga practice is for general wellness and education only. Please listen to your body and practice within your own limits. If you have any injuries, medical conditions, or are pregnant, please consult your healthcare professional before practicing. And if at any point you feel pain, dizziness, or discomfort, gently stop and rest. Let us now begin the asanas. As we begin the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, the first 100 asanas. So throughout the days, every day we will be performing 100 asanas, a total of 1000 asanas in a matter of 10 days. So let us now begin with Sukhasana, the easy pose. Start seated in a cross-legged position with your spine upright, head, neck and back aligned. Rest your hands lightly on your knees, bringing each thumb and index finger to form Bindu Mudra. So turn your palms up, bring the index and thumb together to form the Bindu Mudra. And the breath is going to be Samana Kumbhaka. Inhaling deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up along the spine. And you're going to hold the Bandha, Mahamudra Bandha, with these 3 bandhas in together by clenching the perineum, the pelvic muscle, tucking the chin to the chest, as well as drawing the abdomen in and up, forming Mahamudra Bandha. As you perform this, internally chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As you visualize yourself seated as Lord Shiva upon Mount Kailasa. तत्सुखासनमित्युक्तं समाचरेत् आसनं विजितं येन जितं तेन जगत्त्रयम्. Now we move on to Parvatasana, the mountain pose. Now start seated by gently placing each foot on top of the opposite hand in Padmasana. Press the palms together at the chest and stretch your arms overhead with the elbows straight and spine long. Expand your chest broad, lifting it softly as you hold the Anjali Mudra with your hands. Samana Kumbhaka, deeply, inhale deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up along the spine. Continuing to hold the Mahamudra Bandha and chant the Japa Shoham. As you visualize yourself as Mount Kailasa, completely unmoving and stable in Parvatasana. From here, we're moving on to Hali Pavasana. So in Parvatasana, as a mountain pose, you have the hands up. Now we are moving the hands behind into Hali Pavasana, the plow wind pose. So here, sit comfortably. Bring the soles of both feet together in front of you. Reach both arms behind you and your back, behind your back, and hold your left wrist or hand with your right hand. Rest the backs of your palms and lower your shoulders towards the ground. Gently fold forward from the hips and place your forehead directly on the ground, bringing it close to your heels. Now, as you perform this asana, you will continue to hold the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open, steady gaze, Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up, and Mahamudra Bandha, clenching the muscles of the pelvic floor, tucking the chin to the chest, and drawing the abdomen inward and up as we chant the Japa Soham. Now, visualize yourself as a flow strong and unwavering, cutting through the field with firmness. पूर्वविधियाहु मे जानो उभय पगतलि संपुटतानो पृष्ठपचेदो करहावे यावे दचिन करो सो वाम गहावो पिष्टिहतेर्या की हाजोई अंश साहित भूमि तरे सोई पुनिललाति भूपरिताने एदाया लगते माहे आने. So as we perform each asana, there are 12 components. Continue to chant the mantra, the Shastra Pramana for each asana, as well as holding the mudras, the bandhas, the pranayama, and the asana, as well as 12 components that we perform for each asana. Now we move on to the next asana, Nagi Pavasana, the serpent breath pose. Now start seated with the soles of the feet together in front, with the heels near the groin, relaxing the head. Stretch the hands in front out to straight on the ground, reaching as far as you can. Cup the palms in a hollow and bring the forehead to the ground. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mahabudra Bandha as you chant the Japa chant the Japa Soham, visualizing yourself as a snake. So bringing the hands together and leaning forward and bringing onto the ground. In Nagi Pavasana, पूर्वविधि परि आगे ना नीचा होई, कल भूमि पनासिया लगाई, हाथ आगे नहीं धरती हल लगावे, असरी दो हाथ की अंजुली करे, भूयादि परि लगावे, दृष्टि नासा अग्र आसन को गुण शरीर हिता जाई. Next we move on to Kailasa, the pose. Start seated gently, hold the big toes with the index fingers, extending the legs straight out. Then lift the legs up forward, cross the ankles, folding the legs into a secure lotus position. Lean the torso forward and gradually lower down onto the supported elbows Lengthen your spine and keep the chest steady. As you perform this asana, you will be holding the prana mudra, bringing the fingers, middle and index finger together and holding onto the toes. Samana kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing the heat flames rise. And Mahamudra Bandha, clenching the perineum, tucking the chin to the chest and drawing the abdomen in and up as you chant the japa. So, visualizing yourself as a cuckoo. Atanyat asanam vaksheyena siddhabhavem naraham akasmadadvayu sancharam kokilayasaitacha urdhahastadvayam kritva tadagre padayo sudihi vriddangushtadayam nata sanai prakaraye. Now we will move on to Nithyananda cleansing pose. So start seated and place one foot on top of the opposite knee. Cross the arms, grasping the elbows gently in front. Rotate your arms circular, bringing the forearms above the head and elongating the shoulders. Maintain an upright chest with the spine tall. So now you can also do it on the opposite side by placing the right foot down, left foot on top. Now rotating in the opposite direction. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open steady gaze, Samana Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, Japa as Om Soham, Japa as Soham, as visualize prana flowing through every channel, gently washing away impurities. In Nithyananda. Now we move on to Gajasana, the elephant pose. So start in a plank position, placing palms firmly beneath the shoulders. Chest steady and strong. Lift your hips high, shifting your weight onto your heels. In a controlled motion, scoop your chest low, bringing your nose down towards the ground. Continue to flow your body upward and back as you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Uddiyana Bandha. In Uddiyana Bandha, you just draw the abdomen inward towards the spine and then lift up as you chant the japa Soham, visualizing yourself as a mighty elephant, steady and calm in human strength. Now, we move on to the next asana, Vrikshasana, in bear pose. So here, remaining in the same position as the Jasana, raised plank position with the hands and feet rooted into the ground. Keep the hips raised inverted into a V shape, pressing the palms down and away from you. Alternate pressing each heel downward, stretching the Achilles and calves, raising opposite heels upward off the ground. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up along the spine. Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the abdomen inward and up as you chant the japa Soham. Visualize yourself as a bear, grounded with immense strength and presence. So here, we are just going to alternate the heel. Now we move on to the next asana, Vaishyasana, the merchant pose. So start standing tall and rise up onto your toes, balancing on tips of the big toe while other toes are lifted off the ground. So place the middle index and ring fingers upon the center of your chest and keep the spine lengthened, holding the Hridaya Mudra, a straight hand mudra with the thumb and extended appears at the heart and crown, while below the thumb forms a fist and two fingers create a protective shield. Hold the Samana Kumbhaka, Uddiyana Bandha, chant the japa Soham, visualizing yourself as a Vaishya, steady in industrious and resourceful creativity in Vaishyasana. So come to a standing position, bring the hands from stretches and lift up onto your toes in Vaishyasana. Now we move on to the next asana, Urdhva Janu Karana, upward knee lift movement. So before we move to the next asana, we will be doing a karana. This karana, you start by coming to an aramanti and raising your knee and rotating to the side. Like this on the other side, raising your left knee and repeat it a few times in karana. Now we move on to the next asana. In Bala Lingasana, the child embrace pose. Start standing upright, crown lifted, shoulders back. Draw one knee upward, hugging gently towards the chest with the fingers interlaced around the shin. Keep your spine lengthened and chest upright as you hold the Sarva Vasankari Mudra. In this gesture, the fingers are interlaced, the backs of the hand of the fingers pressed together, and the tips of the nails and thumbs joined. This is called Sarva Vasankari. As the breath is Samana Kumbhaka, Mulava Mahamudra Bandha, chant Soham, visualizing yourself cradling a baby in your arms. In Bala Lingasana. So come to a standing position, interlacing the fingers inward and raising the knee as you go towards your chest. From here, we are going to move on to Pada Pidasana by folding the same leg behind and interlacing the fingers and holding your feet in Pada Pidasana as you bring into Parashamudra. From here, we are going to transition into Natarajasana. So from the Pada Pidasana, you are going to lean forward as you bring Bindu Mudra with your left hand and pull your right leg behind you into Natarajasana. Now, slowly come down as we move on to the next asana. While we are going to repeat these sequence of 3 asanas on the other side with Bala Lingasana, Pada Pidasana and Natarajasana. So, interlacing the fingers, lifting your left foot as we do the Bala Lingasana and bring the back foot back, holding on your hands into Pada Pidasana and then gently leaning forward into Natarajasana, repeated on the other side. So as you perform the Natarajasana, you will be holding the Bindu Mudra and Samana Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply, visualizing the flames and clenching the perineum in Mula Bandha as we continue to chant the Japa Soham. Uttanapadam Prauncha Marichim Veerabhadrakam Natarajam Trikonancha Suttangushta Prasarane. Next we move on to Karana, Ardha Rechita Karana, partially bent action. In this Karana, start by standing with Arman and then swinging your arm left to right. Lifting hand to the nose. Likewise on the left hand. next asana, Smashana Adipati, skeleton dance. So, here we are going to start standing and visualize your inner skeletal structure. See nothing but bones. Begin shaking your body vigorously, randomly, and chaotically all over, shaking intensely throughout as you maintain the visualization of the bones. Keep the eyes open, steady gaze in Samana Shambhavi Mudra, Klesha Perineum and Mula Bandha. Japa is Soham. Now, during this, visualize yourself as a skeleton, radiant with strength and support. This is a very, very powerful movement as it brings us to integrity. This integrates your intention. So, shake your bones, shake your body, visualizing yourself to be a pure skeleton. Nothing but a skeleton. Every part of your body. Move vigorously and intensely. Now, we move on to the next asana. Kati Chinna Karana. It's a base movement. Before the next asana, we will be doing a Karana. So again, coming to Aramandi, bringing your hands in the lotus. Swing, stand. Both hands, front and back. From here, we move on to Third Asana, coming to a stand position and raising your arms up in Third Asana, the mountain pose. Hold the Savriti Mudra, Samana Kumaka, Klesha Perineum and Mula Bandha as you chant the japa. So, visualize yourself as a mountain. Now, from here, from Tadasana, we'll move on to Uttanasana, the intense stretch pose. Start standing tall and fold your torso downwards, hinging at the hips. Reach the palms down and place them on the ground next to the respective feet. Lower your head near the knees and keeping the knees straight. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha as you chant the japa Shivoham. Visualize yourself folding forward like a flowing current of energy. In Uttanasana. So, from standing position, take your hips and slowly move forward, bringing your arms to the floor and forehead to the knees. In Uttanasana, the intense stretch pose. Now we move on to Tharakavasana, the liberating breath pose. So start in a plank posture on your palms and feet. Keep your shoulders engaged, elbows locked, knees straight and core tight. From this sturdy portion, tuck the chin towards the chest as you rotate your head from side to side. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha by tucking the chin to the chest. As you chant the japa Om, as you chant the japa Shivoham. Coming to a plank and rotate it side to side. Next we move on to Bhujangasana, the Cobra pose. Lay on your stomach with the legs extended and toes relaxed. Place the palms near the wrist, elbows hugged close. On an inhale, lift your chest gently, keeping your belly grounded. Keep shoulders relaxed, gaze forward, and breathe deeply. Avoid collapsing on straining your lower back. Here we are going to have a Bhujangani Mudra. In Bhujangani Mudra, we will be performing with a wide open claw-like mouth and channel destroys aging and disease, especially digestion issues, and through long practices grants virality and longevity. As you inhale through the mouth and slowly come down. Next, we move on to Shashasana. In Shashasana, begin in a high plank with shoulders stacked over your wrist. Engage your core and keep your body straight. Quickly drive one knee towards your chest, then switch legs in a smooth running leg motion. Maintain steady breath and avoid hips sagging and rising. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha as you chant the Japa Shivoham. Visualize yourself as a swift rabbit, agile and alert. Bringing one foot, each knee towards the chest and all. In Shashasana. Now we transition to the next asana, Rathasana, the chariot pose. Start in a high plank with your hands underneath your shoulders. Jump one foot forward, placing it between your hands while the other leg extends straight back. Quickly switch legs, alternating the jump smoothly and maintaining a strong hold. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and Japa is Shivoham. So visualizing yourself as a chariot, strong and steady. So we're going to be jumping the feet front and back. Alternating the feet. Now we move on to the next asana, Virabhadrasana, the fierce warrior pose. Stand tall and step one foot forward, bending your front knee to a 90 degree, the thighs parallel to the floor. Extend the back leg straight, angling the toes at 45 degree angle. Inhale, raise your arms overhead, open your chest and lengthen your spine. Twist your torso so you're facing straight forward and keep an engaged core. As we move on to fierce warrior pose, Virabhadrasana. Standing tall, stepping one foot forward, making a 90 degree angle and extending the back leg behind. And raising the arms together in Virabhadrasana. As you perform this asana, holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Udhyana Bandha, as you continue to chant the Japa Shivoham. Now we repeat Virabhadrasana on the other side. This time bringing the left foot forward. Now we move on to Vrikshasana, the tree posture. So start standing tall, shift your weight onto one leg, press the sole to the opposite foot firmly against the inner thigh or calf, avoiding the knee. Reach your arms overhead, put palms together. Keep your chest lifted, spine long and gaze focused. Holding the Anjali Mudra with your hands, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Udhyana Bandha and Japa Shivoham. So stand standing tall, bringing one foot to the inner thigh. And raising your arm up into Anjali Mudra in Vrikshasana. Next is Garudasana, the eagle pose. Here stand tall with an upright spine, chest lifted, bend one leg, pressing the foot gently against the opposite hip. Crease in a seated half lotus position. Bring your palms together at the chest in Namaskara Mudra. Keep breath steady, gaze calm and shoulders relaxed. As you visualize yourself as Garuda, the mighty eagle and vehicle of Lord Vishnu. Bringing one foot to the opposite thigh and slightly bending your left knee and bringing your hands together in Garudasana. Now we are going to repeat the last two asanas, the Vrikshasana and Garudasana on the other side. This time standing on the right leg, bringing the left foot to the inner thigh as well as moving on to Garudasana by placing it on the top of the thigh. Repeating Vrikshasana, placing the left foot on the inner thigh, raising your hands together in Namaskara Mudra, and then transitioning into Garudasana, placing the left foot on the outside of the thigh and bringing the hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest. Now we are going to move on to Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Here stand with the feet wide apart, turn one foot forward and the other slightly inward. Extend your arms parallel to the floor, hinge at the hips to reach down with your front hand to the shin of floor. Stretch the opposite arm, gaze up towards the raised hand. Engage your legs without locking your knees, hold steady and then switch the sides. With Trikonasana, take one foot forward, extend the arms, lean forward, hinge at the hips and as you bring the right hand down, look towards the left hand. Likewise, repeat on the other side. With Trikonasana, the triangle pose. As we perform this asana, we will hold the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open, steady gaze. Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably. Clench your perineum and Mula Bandha as you visualize yourself as a perfect triangle. And the japa this time is Sada Shivoham. Before we move to the next asana, we are going to perform a Karana, Nikutaka Karana, bobbing movement. Coming to Aramandi, bring your palms, one facing the other. This time, raise one leg and raise the other foot as you alternate the hands in Nikutaka Karana. Slowly relax. Now we are moving on to the next sequence of asanas in Angushtasana. Toe and head pose. Begin by balancing on the tips of your toes. Then slowly lower your sitting bones to rest on your heels while keeping your knees together. Bring your palms together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest. Lengthen your spine upward and keep your shoulders relaxed. As you hold this asana, you will be doing the Brahmari Kumbhaka with a restricted breath. Inhale through the nose, making the sound of a male bee. So you will be humming as you keep this posture. So humming into making the sound of a male bee. Hold the Mulabandha Japa Om Nithyananda. So Japa is Sadashivoham. As you visualize yourself standing at the threshold of inner victory, fully present and unshaken. From this asana, we will transition into Saurasana, the sun dedication pose. So from a kneeling position, raise the knees off the ground and balance on the toes. Extend one leg forward with the heel down and toes pointing upward. Then place the hands with fingers spread and beside your hips with palms facing forward. Lengthen your spine, lift your chest and maintain a steady gaze as you hold the Vara Mudra. Brahmari Kumbhaka, continuing the breath, humming, and Japa is Sadashivoham. From Saurasana, we will move on to Vidunanasana. So begin seated with your toes tucked behind you, hips with the heels providing the support, extending one foot forward in Saurasana, and then bringing your hand forward. One hand forward, holding on to the toe, while the other hand is holding on to the back heel in Vidunanasana. As you perform this asana, we will continue to do the Brahmari Kumbhaka with a restricted breath. Inhale through the nose, making the sound of a male bee. And holding the Maha Mudra Bandha, tucking the chin towards the chest, clenching the perineum and drawing the abdomen in and up. Visualize yourself as a calm pendulum, gently moving between the stillness and motion without losing your center. Now we are going to repeat Saurasana on the other side. Saurasana Parshvanti. And moving on, Vidunanasana. Leaning forward, holding onto the toe and bringing the right hand to hold on to the heel. In Vidunanasana. Now we move on to Brahmajurankushasana, Brahma's elephant goat pose. Sitting on your heels with the toes pressing into the floor, hips settle back, then slightly widen your knees and rest your hands on your thighs. Lower your head slightly while keeping your chest broad and spine upright. As you hold the Shambhati Mudra, continue the breath with Brahmari Kumbhaka, making the sound of a male bee, tucking the chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha and Japa Sadashivoham. Visualize yourself holding the elephant goat of Brahma. Next we move on to Kapilasana. Sage Kapila pose. So start kneeling with the knees grounded and toes curled under. Settling your hips fully onto their heels. Place your palms relaxed on top of your thighs with shoulders released and chest expanded upright while maintaining smooth, steady breathing. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Brahmari Kumbhaka. Dhyana Bandha by drawing the abdomen in and up chant the japa Sada Shivoham. Next we move on to Bhadra Gorakshasana, Blessed Protector Pose. So start kneeling with the knees supporting and toes curled under, drawing your seat to rest on top of your heels. Secure your palms on your thighs with chest upright and open spine, long and shoulders gently rolled downwards with calm rhythmic breathing. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open, steady gaze. Brahmari Kumbhaka with a restricted breath, inhaling, making the sound of a male D. Clench your perineum in Mula Bandha and Japa Sada Shivoham. As you perform this asana, the pramana is Yoga Pradipika of Jayantarama. दोवो पवित्रय संपुट करे कोरुवारी ली ऊपरी दरे दारे कोवारी ली राखे ऐसे का परिमूलक बारची की वैसे गोया पीटी पीरी भी ऊपरी राखे हाथों दो गोला भारी राखे. Next we move on to Suryasana, the sun pose. Start seated. The toes tucked under, knees lifted, hips grounded, and then connect your thumbs and little fingers to form a mudra with the palms open in Padma Mudra. Raise your arms fully upright alongside your ears while maintaining a long spine, upright chest, and soft gaze with steady breathing. Continuing your breath in Brahmari Kumbhaka, draw your abdomen in and up in Nithyananda Yoga as you chant Sada Shivoham. In Suryasana, visualize yourself as the sun, radiant and unwavering in brilliance. Saying Suryasana, you bring your hands together and look up towards between your hands. Slowly relax. Now we move on to Bandhukasana, the frog pose. Start seated with the heels as your base, grounded with the toes flat and knees anchored, while keeping your chest upright. Place your palms gently on your knees, with shoulders loose, gaze forward, breath steady and bound. Maintain your spine extended with the crown upright in a calm posture while avoiding leaning into your torso. Hold the Manduki Mudra, closing the mouth, moving the root of the tongue gradually. One enjoys the nectar. This is the Manduki Mudra. Hold the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa Sada Shivoham. From here, we are moving on to Utthana Mandukasana, the extended frog pose. So from this Mandukasana, bring your arms, raising your arms and crossing your hands behind your shoulder. And continuing to have the Manduki Mudra in your tongue, folding and bringing to the root of the mouth. As you continue the Brahmari, Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably. And Uddiyana Bandha, visualize yourself as an extended frog. Next we move on to Simhasana. So start seated with the ankles crossed, supporting your torso with the hands on the respective knees. Place wide palms on the ground in front of you. Open your mouth and extend the tongue outward as you exhale from deep within. this asana, bring your gaze towards the third eye. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, eyes open, steady gaze, Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply through the nose, clench your perineum and Mula Bandha, visualizing yourself as a majestic lion in fearlessness and strength. As you chant the japa, Sada Shivoham. Dakshinam Savyagulpena, Dakshinena Tatattaram, Hastau Chajano Samstapya, Swangulischa Prasarya Cha, Vyatavukratnirikcheta, Nasagram Susamahitaha, Simhasanam Bhave Etat, Jitam Yogi Sada. Now we move on to Bhadrasana, the auspicious pose. So start seated with the knees wide, shoulders open, extend the arms backward and cross the arms behind your back, grasping the hip toes. Lengthen your spine upright and keep the chest broad and lifted, holding the Prana Mudra, Brahmari Kumbhaka, making the humming sound and crossing your hands and bringing behind your back. Bring your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha as you chant Japa Sada Shivoham in Bhadrasana. Now we move on to Kaka Busandi Asana. Sage Kaka Busandi pose. Start in a squat, feet flat, knees wide, interlock your hands behind the back and clasp them firmly together. As you hold the Parasha Mudra, interlacing the fingers, continue the breath in Brahmari Kumbhaka, clench your perineum in Mula Bandha as you chant the japa, Sada Shivoham. So bringing your hands, lean forward and grab your hands behind you. Kaka Busandi. Now we move on to Kani Pavasana, single limb pose. Start in a squat position on the tips of the toes and raise your hips up and place the knees on the back of the respective arms. Slowly raise each foot off the ground by shifting the weight forward. Gently increase until the entire weight is on the back of the arms. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Brahmari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Sada Shivoham. As you perform this asana, visualize yourself as a single-limbed strength, focused and balanced contained within the foundation. Leaning forward and bring your weight to the back of your hands and slowly lift up. Next we move on to Kapalyasana. Kapalyasana is an inverted posture. So women in monthly cycle, please avoiding to do these inverted asanas. Start in a deep squat position with the hands flat on the ground in front, shoulders width apart. Lean the forehead down and place the crown of the head onto the ground. Find balance and steady stability and slowly lift your hips above your shoulders in Kapalyasana. Relax. Now we move on to Parshva Mayurasana, side peacock pose. So start squatted with the toes balanced and chest upright. Twist your torso to one side with palms on the ground and elbows pressing against the thighs and hips for alignment. Lean forward and extend both legs sideways, anchoring with your palms. Maintain a calm, steady posture with balanced pose. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechika Kumbhaka, exhaling fully and hold the breath out. And clench your perineum and Moola chant the japa Sada Shivoham. Visualize yourself as a proud peacock extending to one side with grace and vigor. Now we move on to the next asana. Repeating the Parshva Mayurasana on the other side. Now we move on to Bhairavanatha Asana, the master of renunciation pose. So start in a plank position with palms grounded underneath your shoulders. Bring one foot forward, wrapping it around the respective arm and placing the foot between the hands. Keep the hips engaged by driving back the toe into the ground. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra with the eyes open, steady gaze. Rechika Kumbhaka, exhaling fully and holding the breath out. Moola japa Sada Shivoham. Bringing one foot forward and palms on the outside. In Bhairavanatha Asana. Now repeat on the other side. This time bringing the left foot forward and placing the left hand outside of the left foot. In Bhairavanatha Asana. Now we move on to Ummukha Pita, the upward facing pose. Start in a forearm plank with hands shoulders width apart. Slowly lift your hip upward, forming a triangle shape with your body. Keep your core engaged with scapula extended, avoiding sinking the shoulders downward. On the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechika Kumbhaka, Moola japa Sada Shivoham. So you're going to bring the forearms to the ground and then raising the hip. In Ummukha Pita Asana. Now let us continue with the next asana. Vashishthasana, Sage Vashishthas pose. Begin in the plank position. Shift your weight onto one hand. Rotate your torso. On one hip is elevated. Then stack your feet. Ensure your hips form a straight line. from heel to heel. Extend the opposite arm upward to rest it on your hip. Hold the Shamati Mudra, Rechika Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, and Japa Sada Shivoham. Visualizing yourself as sage Vashishta. Now repeat the asana on the other side. Kuttavashishtam marichim halamatsyakam parivrittam cha udarasya vidam dhanurasanam. So repeating the Vashishtasana on the other side. Now we move on to Anjali Asana, the monkey mother's pose. Sit upright with your legs stretched forward and toes pointing upward. Slide your palms underneath with your sitting bones, pressing down firmly. Press the elbows gently across the body to support alongside of the chest. As you fold, Vishamati Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mulabandha and Japa is Sada Shivoham. In Anjali Asana, visualize yourself as Anjali, the mother of Hanuman, Lord Hanuman. Next we move on to Paschimottanasana, the seat forward bend. So start seated with your leg extended in front, keeping your spine bent and chest broad. Slowly lean forward, hinging forward from the hip and hold on to the toes and lean forward towards your glute. In Paschimottanasana, holding the prana mudra with the index and middle finger together. Rechaka Kumbhaka, inhaling, exhaling fully and holding the breath out. And holding the Mahamudra Bandha and chant the japa Maha Sada Shivoham. Next we move on to Ugrasana, the intense pose. So start seated with the legs extended straight. Keep your spine long, chest broad. Join the palms behind your head and elbows wide. Hinge forward and gently leading with your chest, maintaining a long spine and knees straight. Holding the Parashi Mudra with your hands, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, Japa Maha Sada Shivoham. As you perform this asana, visualize yourself as Kali, Devi Kali, fierce and unyielding, embracing the discomfort with challenge. Next we move on to Marichi Asana, the sage Marichi pose. So start seated with the legs extended straight in front of you, keeping your spine long and chest broad. Bend one knee, placing the heel near the groin, knees raised tall, and wrap your arms around the knees and clasp your hands together behind your back as you lean forward and down. Hold the Shambhati Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, and Japa is Maha Sada Shivoham. In Marichi Asana, visualizing yourself as sage Marichi. Now we move on to Mahamudrasana. So continuing to remain with the right knee bent. So fold the right knee outwards as you lean forward and hold on to the left toe and lean forward in Mahamudrasana. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, Japa, Maha Sada Shivoham. Now we are going to repeat Marichi Asana on the other side, extending the right leg forward, bending the left knee, wrapping the arm around as you lean forward and bring it forward to the knee. In Marichi Asana, and slowly relax your knee to the ground as you fold forward into Mahamudrasana. Repeat it on the other side. we move on to Bhadrasana way, the auspicious pose 2. Start sit with the legs extended. Fold one heel onto the groin with the knee outward. Reach your hands to grasp the extended foot and fold your chest forward, lengthening your spine over your straightened knee. Then seal the perineal floor, tuck your chin down and suck your stomach inward. So holding the Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize yourself auspiciously seated at the feet of Guru Bhagavan Nithyananda Yoga. In Bhadrasana way. Now we move on. Ghwali Pavasana, the cow herdman pose. Sit with the legs extended, knees wide, toes together and heels apart. Gently rest your hands on your knees, lowering your crown and tucking the chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha. Keep your spine upright and avoid hunching your back. And avoid forcing your knees down. This asana, we are going to hold the Murcha Kumbhaka, inhaling deeply through the nose, then lock the chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha, in Ghwali Pavasana. Next we move on to Jhoni Asana. Sit with the heels close to your groin and soles pressed together. Hold the sides of your feet firmly, keeping your elbows resting on the ground. Fold forward from the hips, bringing your chest towards your feet. Lower your forehead towards your feet, then gaze softly towards the nose. Visualize yourself embraced within the cosmic womb, the source of all creation and endless potential. Slowly come up as we move on to the next asana, Niraki Pavasana, the sweet wind pose. This time holding forward but extending the arms to the side. Continuing to hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechakupaka, Moolabandha and Mahasadashiva is the japa. So in Niraki Pavasana, you are extending the arms to the side. Now we move on to Siddha Samadhi Asana, perfect Samadhi pose. This time, instead of extending the arms up, you're going to bring the arms underneath your shins, underneath your legs, and extend them out to the side. In Siddha Samadhi Asana. Next, we move on to Chinaki Pavasana, the split wind pose. Sit with the heels together and toes pointed outward, knees wide. Hold your feet gently and rotate the soles of the feet upward towards the sky, keeping the back of your hands on the ground. Press your elbows lightly against your thighs. Chinaki Pavasana. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechakupaka, Moolabandha and Japa Mahasadashiva. Visualize yourself as a split wind, prana circulating smoothly through your divided pathways. Next we move on to Charchaka Chokasana. Sit with your soles of your feet together, heels close to the perineum and knees wide. Place the palms gently on your knees, applying slight downward pressure to open the hips. And chak. Shatpata Choka. Pull your stomach in, up and up. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra, reaching the Kumbhaka, Udhyana Bandha by drawing the abdomen in and up. And gently put the pressure on the knees in Shatpata Choka. Next we move on to Bhairavasana, the fear's pose. So sit with the soles of the feet together, knees wide, lift the heels and press the toes down to the ground, keeping the knees on the ground. Pull the stomach in and up and place your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. This is Bhairavasana. Next we move on to Samanasana, the balance pose. Sit with the one heel close to the groin and lift the opposite foot towards your chest by wrapping the hands around the ankle and chest. Keep your spine long and torso upright. Relax your shoulders and gaze towards the third eye while you avoid arching your hump back, arching your lumbar spine or harshly twisting the knee. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, Japa Mahasavashiva in Samanasana. Next we move on to Apanasana. So sit with the soles together, knees apart, and lift the heels, pressing the toes gently to the floor. Expand your spine and broaden your chest. Keep calm, composed posture, avoid jerking. So in this pose, an Apanasana, the vital pose, you bring one leg on top of your shoulder as you raise the other foot towards the spine. Apanasana. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudras, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa is Mahasavashiva. Now we are going to repeat the Samanasana on the other side. This time, bringing the right foot to the ground and raising the left foot towards the chest. Then transitioning into Apanasana. Bringing the left foot the shoulder and raising the right foot up. Now we move on to Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Sit cross-legged with one knee stacked directly above the other. So bring the left knee down, stacking the right knee on top, placing both hands. Place your palms on top of the stacked knees, keeping your spine long and chest open. Keep your shoulders relaxed and maintain a steady, calm breathing. Hold the Parashamudra with your hands. Sheetkari Kumbhaka, gently pressing the tongue against the upper palate with the tip behind the front teeth, slowly inhaling through the teeth to create a hissing sound. Pinch your perineum in Mula Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Yoga. The japa is Om Nithyananda Yoga. As you visualize yourself as a sacred cow embodying the auspicious qualities of gentleness, nurturing and selfless giving. Next is Anushiyasana, sage Anushiya's pose. This time, sitting in Gomukhasana, now hold on to the opposite toes. With your spine taut, chest broad. Hold the Prana Mudra, Sheetkari Kumbhaka, pressing the tongue against the upper palate with the tip behind the front teeth, slowly inhaling through the teeth to create a hissing sound, and draw the abdomen inward in Udhyana Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Yoga. Now we move on to Anusiyasana Dve, Ishika Anusiya pose 2. Now from Gomukhasana with the knees stacked, interlace your fingers behind your back, back pulling gently downward. Fold forward from the hips, lowering your chin towards your knees. Keep your spine long and extended. Breathe calmly, maintaining a stable posture. So bring the chin outside of your knee. Anushya way. As you hold the Parashu Mudra, Shikari Kupaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. Now we move on to Garudasana way. The eagle posture. Sit with one heel pressed against the perineum and the opposite feet resting comfortably in front. Keep your spine tall, chest lifted, place your hands on the respective knees. Maintain relaxed shoulders. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Shikari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. Visualizing yourself as Garuda, the mighty divine bird and sacred vehicle of Lord Vishnu. Next is Naradasana, the sage Narada pose. Remaining in this posture, bring your hands together, interlace your fingers behind your neck and turn towards the outside of the right leg in Naradasana. Hold the Parashu Mudra, Shikari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. Now we move on to Matsya Pitakasana. Sit with one foot resting on top of the opposite thigh. Wrap your arm around on the same side and around the bent knee, gently holding onto your opposite shin. Extend the hand forward to grasp your respective toe with the index and middle finger. Expand your chest. Keep your spine long and upright in fish seat pose, Matsya Pitakasana. As you hold the Prana Mudra, Shikari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. The Pramana is Trishiki Brahman Upanishad. It's from the verse 48. Vamena Vamangushtam tu Veditam Matsya Pitakam Yoni Vamena Sampritya Medradrupari Dakshinam. Now we are going to repeat these sequence of asanas on the other side. So now bring the right knee down as you stack the left knee on top, placing both hands in Parashu Mudra in Bhumukasana, visualizing yourself as a sacred cow, embodying the auspicious qualities of gentleness. Sabye Dakshinagalpam tu Krishnapasvena Niyojaye Dakshine Pitata Savyam Gomukam Yata. Now we are moving on to Anusyasana, holding onto the opposite toes with the hands. Take Prana Mudra, Shikari Kumbhaka, making the hissing sound as you inhale through your mouth, through the teeth, in Sage Anusya pose 2. Now slowly lean forward as you move on to Anusyasana way, Anusyasana pose 2. Sage Anusya pose 2. So holding on to the toes, hinge forward and bring your chin outside of the knee, forehead towards the floor. Slowly come up. As we move on to Garudasana, Dve, Parshvanti, the eagle pose to repeated on the other side. So placing the left foot down, bringing the right foot close to your belly and holding onto the respective knees. From here we move on to Naradasana by interlacing the fingers behind your neck and rotating towards your left side. Now we repeat the Matsya Asana, Parshvanti, fish seat pose. Repeat it. So now placing the right foot on top of the left thigh, holding onto the left toes with your left hand and holding onto the left shin with your right hands in Matsya Asana. As you perform this asana, you hold the prana mudra with your hands and breath is Chikari Kumbhaka, gently pressing the tongue against the upper palate with the tip behind your front teeth, slowly inhaling through the teeth to create a hissing sound. And hold the clench the cranium in Mula Bandha Japa is Om Nithyananda Yoga. Now we move on to Matsyendrasana, the Lord of Fish pose. Remaining in the same position. Now you're going to just bringing your left hand behind your back and supporting your chin with your right hand and slowly turn towards the back in Matsyendrasana, the Lord of Fishes pose. Next is Kubhasana, the bent pose. In Kubhasana, we remain seated in the same position, bringing the right hand to hold on to the left toe and the left hand comes to your shoulder. Then extend the arms behind. Extend the left hand behind as we move on to Matsyendrasana, way the Lord of Fishes pose. So this is a sequence of asanas. So bringing the right hand to the left toe and from Kubhasana extending the left hand behind to Matsyendrasana way. Lord of Fishes pose as you turn towards the back. Now we are going to repeat the sequence of asanas on the other side. From Matsyendrasana, Parshvanti, the Lord of Fishes pose, repeat it. So we are going to repeat the sequence of asanas on the other side. Placing the left foot on the right thigh, bringing the left hand onto the right toe and bringing the hand behind, then extend. First with Matsyendrasana, the right hand behind as you bring the left hand to the chin, then extend the left hand to the right toe, bringing the right arm to the ears in Kubhasana. Now extending the right hand also behind as you move on Matsyendrasana way. Lord of Fishes pose 2. Now we move on to Padmasana, the lotus pose, by bringing the right foot to the left thigh and the left foot to the right thigh. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open, steady gaze. Shikali Kumbhaka. Gently place the tongue against the back of the teeth. Inhale, hold the breath, then exhale slowly through the nose. Holding the Mahamudra Bandha, firmly contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. Visualize yourself as a lotus, rooted deeply in life's challenges, yet rising spotless and radiant. In Padmasana. Next is Padmasana, the way the lotus pose 2. This time interlacing by crossing your arms and holding onto the respective toes. Having the hands in Prana Mudra with the index and middle finger together, Shithali Kumbhaka by pressing the tongue against the back of the teeth and inhale. Clench in the Mula Bandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम्. From Padmasana, now we are going to move on to Asana. So start seated in the lotus with each foot resting on the opposite thigh. Press your palms firmly on the ground between the thighs, then lean forward and lift the sitting bones of the ground, balancing on the two hands. Keep the chest upright and shoulders extended in the rooster pose, Asana. Raising up. As we hold the Sahaja Kumbhaka, gently pressing, inhaling deeply and exhaling. Hold the Mula Bandha as we chant the japa Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम्. Next we move on to Baddha Keki Asana, the bound peacock pose. So from Padmasana, lean forward with the palms on the floor, fingers pointing far backward. Bring your elbows to your abdomen, supporting your weight and lifting your weight off the ground. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम्. Maintain the Padmasana. Lean forward. Bring your elbows, palms on the ground, elbows to the navel. As you find the balance and slowly lift your weight off the ground. From there, transitioning into Mayurasana. So from the previous asana, from the Baddha Keki Asana, as you lift in Padmasana, slowly release your legs, extend the legs back into Mayurasana, the peacock pose. So start kneeling with your palms on the floor, fingers pointing inward towards your body. Keep your elbows together as you press your abdomen forward, then lean your weight slightly onto your arms. Shift carefully to lift your legs off the mat. As you hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम्, visualizing yourself as a proud peacock spreading its feathers wide. Lean forward. As you support your weight with the hands on your palms. Now we are going to move on to Makarasana. So lay down on your stomach with your legs extended and toes pointing backward. Rest your forehead gently on the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head, leaning, letting your elbows point wide towards the floor. Hold the Parashamudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम्. In Makarasana. From here we move on to Shalabhasana. By slowly lifting your chest and lifting your back, legs along and behind you. Shalabhasana. So lay down on your stomach with your legs extended and your hands placed on the ground. Beside your chest, elbows close to your body, press your palms firmly onto the mat for stability. Engage your core and lift both legs, raising your thighs off the ground. Next is Ustrasana, the camel pose. So lay down on your stomach with your legs extended behind you, bend your knees and reach your hands back to hold on to the outside of your feet. With an exhale, gently draw your heels down towards your mat beside your hips. Keep your chest broad and shoulders anchored. In Ustrasana. The camel pose. Pressing the feet outside of the hip, down towards the floor. From here, we transition into Dhanurasana. Lifting both your chest and your feet behind you. In Dhanurasana. Holding the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha and Japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. Now we move on to Bhaga Asana, the divine pose. Sit on your knees with the head, neck and spine aligned in a straight line. Place your palms gently down on top of your thighs or knees with fingers relaxed, allowing your shoulders to soften and chest to lift. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and Japa is Om Nithyananda Yoga. Now we will come to the final asana of the sequence today, Shavasana. So start by laying flat on your back with the arms relaxed beside you, palms facing upward, allowing your legs to extend naturally and feet falling on both bodies. Release all effort in your muscles and let your breath flow smoothly as your body rests. Holding the Shakti Chalana Mudra, focusing on the Mooladhara. Contract the perineum to rouse the dormant kundalini. Forcefully draw the apana wali. With intent, holding the energy and intention firmly inward, clench your perineum and Mula Bandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. Visualize dissolving into stillness like a peaceful body resting in earth's embrace. Savasanam Uttanam Shababhumau Sayanam Tu Shavasanam Shavasanam Shrantiharam Chitta Vishrantikarakam. Now slowly wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bend your knees. Slowly rock side to side. As you roll over to one side and slowly come up to a seated position. Congratulations, now we have completed 100 asanas, the Pratama Vinyasa Krama series 1 to 100. Congratulations each and every one of you that have joined us. Hope you enjoyed the session today as we continue the asanas every day. Now, if you'd like to get a deeper experience of the asanas that you have learned today, come join us in Paramashivasena. It's a 30-day program offered for free, completely free of cost, and it is offered in 3 different locations in Kailasa, Guinea-Bissau in West Africa, and in Bharat, in Tiruvannamalai, Kailasa Tiruvannamalai, and Kailasa Adi Kailash in Bengaluru. If you like to register, please register at ecitizen.info/ESS. So thank you all for joining us. Let us now close the session by chanting the Purna Mantra. Please bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra as we chant. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Let us turn towards Swamiji's Atmananda and offer our gratitude. Thank you, Nithyananda. We'll see you all again tomorrow. Nithyananda.